In this video, I'm going to give you practical tips how not to fail as a freelance musician coming up next. If you want to be a working musician, it's not that much about your playing as you think. You have to understand that the gig starts when your phone rings and ends up when you have your money in your bank account or in your hand. This involves mainly social situations that you have to handle. If you're not the one who is organizing the gig or a band leader, it's obvious that you have to be a good player. This you can work out by rehearsing the songs well beforehand. If you do this well, it's hardly ever the issue why you would fail the gig. The biggest reason why musicians fail in the long run is about their social skills and behavior before, during and after the gig. So here comes the golden rule number 5. It's be easy. Well, what does it mean? During the years of being a musician, I have met a lot of good players, virtuoso players, that have huge egos and not a lot of gigs. Well, how is this possible? I don't know. Something happened on the way to heaven, They ended up asking this question with empty calendars. I think they just don't get it usually. I guess they thought that they are so good professionals and so good players that everybody wants to play with them no matter how they behave. So maybe you should ask yourself a question. If you would organize a lot of gigs every year and you would call a lot of session players, by what criteria would you call them up? So every time they have to make quick decisions about who to call up to the gigs and how to get organized the best players. It's also a question of how to organize this so that it will take as less energy and hassle as possible. So I'm pretty sure that they will call some people who were previously very easy to work with. They will ask these questions from themselves, like, does he have a car? Does he have a small PA? Was the last time we were playing, was it a good experience? So think about this for a while. Are you easy to work with? For example, do you know how to dress for this gig? Are you always late from appointments and from the gigs? Did you do your homework for the gig, or are you surrounded by 3 players in the sound check and you are trying to learn how to play Blue Moon? Are you repeatedly calling the leader and asking little details about the gig? Are you arguing about the sum you're going to get paid? Or are you asking money in advance? Here in Finland, where I live, it's very unusual to ask anything about the salary before the gig. It's kind of out of line question over here. Usually you know the leader and you can assume that the money is okay. If you don't know the leader and things don't go really well, you can always find an explanation when he calls you next time why you can't make the gig. Okay, in the venue, are you constantly asking the leader, hey, when are we going to eat? Is there any drinks somewhere? What do we play? I hope that we don't play that song again. And never ever show any kind of angry face in the stage if somebody makes a mistake somehow. Don't even look over there. Are you helping people carrying their stuff, not only your own? These are small but really significant questions to ask from yourself if you're gonna want to make a good impression about yourself and show that you're very motivated to do more gigs like this. If you're continually asking after the gig, how did I do? I'm sorry I made the mistake over there. You're not gonna look very professional. So you want to give an impression that you're an easy guy to work with and you're very motivated to do more. So this is the golden rule for freelance musicians in 2020. Be easy. It's so important. This is the biggest reason for people failing in this business. It's not the playing. So see you next time, and if you want to comment on this, please write something below and please push the button below and subscribe this channel. There's also a list of gear that I use in my home studio if you want to check them out. So thank you very much, and remember, music is the best. Bye.